We want revolution.
Bookmarklets on standby.
Log online, fan page loaded and ready.
Player stats, loaded. Health check, go.
Weapons check. Eyes check, complete.
We have launched for the Informant podcast in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to this episode of the Informant podcast, your news source for information regarding Zynga'd's Mafia Wars. I'm Pistol Pete from Stockholm.
Live long and prosper.
Few short of the crew today. We've got Jana, Death by Gucci, and the Mafia Wars lady. Mr. Chester has decided to take the night off and do something. I don't know what he's doing. Anybody know?
I heard there was a chainsaw accident with turkey.
Oh, could be. So, did everybody have a good turkey day?
I had an awesome one. How about you?
It was good. You know, everybody knows already that we went out to Branson, so we went out there and we just spent 4 days or so, and it was nice. We just had met up with some family we hadn't seen in a while, and it's pretty peaceful. It was nice.
Mine was good too.
Where'd you end up going?
What did you?
We just ate at a casino. Nothing fancy.
Was it good food?
And can you gamble at the same time that you eat your thankful dinner?
No, after dinner. I gambled. And I didn't win anything, so I was upset.
Not so thankful.
No. But I didn't lose much because the people I was with don't like to gamble, so.
I guess that helps.
Yes.
Mine was really good. My son sat there for about an hour telling me how much he loved me and how thankful he is to have me. So it was really kind of sweet.
That's good, considering that you were concerned that he wasn't that your family didn't really like Thanksgiving.
Well, no, he still doesn't care for like turkey and stuffing and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I made him a fruit festival. He had the funniest tray of things. It was almost like, do you ever watch the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving special? Mm-hmm. It's kind of like that with just everything that he likes. I made a feast of. And then I still made turkey and dressing for myself. So, yeah, it worked out.
Hungry man's turkey dinner came out of the fridge just for yourself.
No, I went to Honey Baked Ham and bought like a couple slices of turkey.
Did you have to wait in a long line?
No, because I was smart and went early in the morning.
In Las Vegas, I don't know why, but the Honey Baked Hams are huge and people wait in these ridiculously long lines.
Oh, I have. I just picked a really good, my timing was really sweet. That was pretty much how my Thanksgiving went. We actually did some crafts and decorated the Christmas tree and had all kinds of fun. So it worked out.
I get the Christmas tree up. I haven't done that yet.
Yes. Tomorrow we have to put lights on the house. That'll be fun. So, Pete, what's been going on at Stockholm this week?
Over at Stockholm, we've had some really neat things happening this week. And by the way, Martin says hi. I talked with him a little bit today in chat, and he said tell the crew hi. So I wanted to make sure that I did that. He's been busy, and he kind of wrote a modification to Link-A-Nator that now lets it do not only the tiny URLs, but it also does the bit.ly URLs too, which is another shortening service. And the intention is that with bit.ly, you can do some really neat things about tracking your own links that you create and kind of bookmark them and keep a history of it and so on. So now if you sign up for a bit.ly service, you can actually generate your own links out of the Link-A-Nator and then kind of keep track of what's been created over time and some things like that. But the big thing that it does for us at Stockholm is it allows us to kind of balance the load a little bit because we've had such a huge drain on the bookmarklet that, you know, sometimes it's not running as fast as it probably could be. And so people have been getting a little frustrated over it not generating links fast enough and so on. All in all, big step in the right direction to now allow one more opportunity for people to create their links sort of the way that they want to.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then the other thing that goes with it, obviously, is anytime you manage to change around things on Link-A-Nator, you got to change Get-A-Nator. With the help of Lefty and some others, we kind of fine-tune the regex, which is the regular expressions we use to query the data that comes back from the Facebook status pages, and we've now got it where it does a cleaner job of pulling in all the different types of link types. So, you know, if you get the satchel of Lyra and the dead bee and so on, before my last iteration of the regex would only bring back the red mystery bag and the mystery bags all clumped together in one big clump, and so now it's been spread back out so it pulls them in cleaner. And then now anytime anything new releases on the free gifts page, I don't have to go back in and rechange the script for it to pull it up, so it makes life a lot easier on our part. as far as keeping the bookmarklets up to date, because that was one of the things I found while I was on vacation, is they, what was it that they just added? The gun barrels, which kudos to Jana and her psychic ability for determining that, we would have to have some kind of special part other than the special part to build these new items.
I was trying to keep that under wraps. But
yeah, so we're going to have to tap into that psychic ability some more in the future. But
it's all in my game strategy.
Yes.
And unfortunately, they were kind of useless.
Yeah, and so then what I did was I had to manually add the gun barrel, and with the internet service I had, it wasn't the greatest to try to get connected to make changes to the server. So that was a piece of work. So this is a nice part because now I don't have to manage it anymore. And then, on top of all that, that leads into the Mugger, which now is also supporting the bit.ly extensions.
Good.
So now you can pretty much do all of them from those 3 set of bookmarklets.
What is the Mugger?
It's the mystery bag Mugger, and it started out as the Bagman Mugger Vance. Was the way it was originally called. And what it does is, it started out back when you can get mystery bags often, we created a way that you can go ahead and put a mystery bag link in your favorite quotes on your profile, and then the mugger, or the mystery bagger, would go out and look at everybody's favorite quotes and pull them all together into a list, and then run through them. And so you were collecting, if you had 3,000 people in your family, and you would collect 3,000 mystery bags. Then things changed, as they always do in the Mafia Wars community, and Zynga'd made changes, and slowly over time that got nerfed more and more. And now it's to the point where we can only get 200 free gifts a day. So now you're kind of left with a dilemma of, well, which ones do I want? Well, now what I think strategy-wise what people are doing is they're going and they're using the Link-A-Nator, and they're creating all these links that they put on their profile, and then they use the Get-A-Nator to get the links from other people. Now, when the Get-A-Nator produces that link list back, you have 2 choices. One is to manually go in and click each of the links that you want to try to get the item from, or what you can do is copy the tiny URLs, or the soon-to-be bit.ly URLs, depending on what people put out there, and you can copy and paste those right into the Mugger. And by pasting them into the box in the Mugger and clicking Start, it will now go out and actually just start capturing all those free gifts for you. So it saves you some time and energy.
I outlined that whole process. It's called Mug-A-Nator automates Get-A-Nator.
Wow. Okay.
I think that's what I called it.
What are you guys doing to me?
Doofenshmirtz has been really busy.
It's actually very easy, but it sounds hard, and I was actually afraid to use all that stuff too.
Well, it's kind of funny because I get little comments from people that are so proud of me for using Link-A-Nator. But this one guy, Ralph Savino, I don't know if he listens to the show or not, but he keeps telling me that something's not publishing right. And he's the only one that's telling me that. So I don't know if it's working right all the time. I almost called you, Pete, this weekend. I was having problems, and I'm like, I'm not going to bug him with this.
Well, I think there's moments when, and this is one of the things and why the changes that Martin made are so key. If we're having a problem getting results back from the servers that produce those tiny URLs, it's possible that we're getting some corruption in those links. And so sometimes it may not, generate the proper link back. I don't think it's happening often, but I definitely think it's happening on occasion. And so what I hope now
I've done is I've just deleted it and restarted it, and then it's been fine. Yeah. And I have him giving me feedback usually.
He's in my Mafia too.
Is he? Okay, then he probably listens. Nice. So hi, Ralph. Yeah. Yeah, no, he's been really helpful with me. I think he thinks I'm an idiot, but
well, that's what I love about Mafia Wars is if you are man enough to admit you don't know how to do something, so many people will help you figure it out.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know how to do all this stuff. I have to learn it. Even though I write about it, before I write about it, I have to learn it. And if it wasn't for everybody helping me, there's no way I could talk about any of this stuff.
I wouldn't even know what it was if you guys weren't helping me, so thank you.
Yeah, and I think this is a topic that kind of came up in some sidebar conversation this week, and I've talked about it once again once before on the show, is that there's this unsubstantiated fear that bookmarklets are evil, and that the Zynga'ds are out to get anybody that uses them, and so on and so forth. And yes, they are against the terms of service, but I think that anything used in moderation is fair game. I think if you abuse it, you're asking for trouble, but there's no one definitive answer. It's a very gray area, because we know that there's people at Zynga'd that are well aware that bookmarklet writers are out there, and certainly if people have listened to this show or listened when I was on a previous one or have listened to anything I posted out at Spockholm, I've been very vocal about the way that I feel about bookmarklets. I think that they should be an integral part of the community, and so it's important that they are sort of kept in the forefront of people's minds, that they're not evil, that they serve a purpose, and they allow people to do some things in the game that otherwise would be overly tedious. Mm-hmm. So I'll always be of the opinion that, yeah, they may be against the terms of service, but we don't circumvent the game. We don't write scripts that are going to enhance glitches. We just write scripts that just make life a little bit easier. And I think, as I've said in the past too, that's the reason why we've lasted in the market as long as Spockholm has. There's a lot of bookmarklet writers. Aaron's one who had his fan pages killed twice, and for no reason. So he doesn't know why. And the downside is we don't know why either. There's speculation that it was, a subversive attack by Zynga'd. There's always.
Will they not give him an answer?
No,
Has he ever?
No,
he
Facebook
tried.
won't.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
But in Zynga'd?
No, it's not a Zynga'd thing.
It's not a
okay.
Zynga'd thing. It's a Facebook thing. And there's speculation that maybe all it is the way that he named his fan page didn't match what they felt it should be based on the number of active users he had, whatever it is. And so what, a lot of people have started to do is feel like they have to go into the underground, and they set up, GoDaddy sites and all these other off-thing sites to try to keep separated away from Facebook so that they don't want to be disrupting the Facebook gods. And, and I understand that, but I think that, the realization is that we have an important part in the market. And I think if we can continue to make that point, my ultimate goal, and I've joked about it numerous times, was to create a Scriptwriters API with Zynga'd that allows us to, and an API is an interface that allows us to talk to their code, and basically call these things Zynglets.
I agree. Because I found a lot of them to be very helpful.
Well, especially at our stage of the game when we have these large stamina pools, it would be impossible to fight. You would literally have to sit down for 8 hours straight and click, 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 click.
Mm-hmm. And, develop tendonitis and carpal tunnel.
Well, yeah.
Right.
Exactly. Don't be a click monkey.
That's right. Don't be a click monkey. And then the other thing that was a big change out at Spockholm 2 this week was Stream Helper got a modification too. And this is what I like about the community. One of the fans of the community made a recommendation and actually provided some starter code for Martin to kind of enhance that. Now when you're running Stream Helper, when you go into the mission section, as it loads, it tells you the mission, so you can click on it and try to, start and participate in it. But it also tells you what collection item that particular mission will give you. So it's not going to guarantee you get it, but because we know that certain missions give certain collection items, then it will certainly give you a better chance if you're only looking for one of them in particular, that it will, you can go out and just seek out those specific missions. So
well, that's
Sniper Scope is the hard
Scope.
one.
Yeah. I was just going to say, I've been having a really hard time just getting the missions collections. They're not dropping a lot. And I think Jennifer might be talking more about that in a little while.
I have never gotten one, and I do a slew of missions. The only two
I have all of them except one.
The only two I've gotten is I've gotten through the daily take.
On day number 6, you get one.
I got one on day number 2, but so I think it's random as to when it occurs. The first one I got was on day 3. The second one I got was on day 2. But completely random, but I have never gotten one yet on the actual missions themselves. And I do a lot of missions. Someone will have to look.
But are you doing the holiday missions? Because they won't drop.
No. I know what I'm doing this.
Are you using your own bookmarklet to find them?
Yeah, of course I am.
Help him.
Well, I've gotten them all from using Stream Helper.
Yeah. But then again, I've got pretty bad luck because look at how long it took me to get the Grey Wolf.
The Grey Wolf, yeah.
So, I think, you and I got up the same week. It took us forever.
Zynga'd doesn't like you, but you got 240 reward points on the lucky stash.
That was true. That was a lucky shot.
I don't want to hear about it.
I keep hoping I'm missing out. Okay, we're going to take a quick break and we will be right back.